All right, so I am back up at the house. I think the last time you guys saw this, we were just starting the exterior siding and the metal on the building and that sort of thing. So I'll show you where we're at now. So we do have the building all complete, all the metal's on. They got the garage doors in, that exterior's on, the exterior doors in. So we'll go ahead and backfill that, get those drives in, and that is ready to go. They still got to run power into it, but we do have the conduit in the ground. So on the house, you can see we got all the siding complete and just finishing up a few pieces of the raised edge roofing, but that is for the most part complete as well. We're waiting for some warmer weather to get the rest of the caulking all finished. We don't like doing that unless it's going to stay above at least 50 degrees. Otherwise, you're going to have issues with it cracking and just not performing like it should. We got the brick on the house, you can see. And that roof is essentially a 50-year roof, if not a lifetime roof. So that offers usually about 30% off of your homeowner's insurance. So it can easily pay for itself. And in Kansas weather, you know how our roof can take a beating. Okay, so I will take you here inside the house. And as you can see, sorry it's getting a little darker, they did get the sheetrock on the shared wall here between the garage and the house. And the reason for that is because we are using a sprayed in insulation, a closed cell foam insulation, and I'll show you what that looks like. So without that sheetrock there, they wouldn't be able to spray this on that adjoining wall. But they got that sheetrock in for us so we can spray that foam along there. And as you can see, they've got everything filled nicely. Very uniform. And so if you look at this foam is actually only a nominal 1 inch thick, and with it being the closed cell foam, you could literally take a 2x6 wall filled with a batt insulation and put it up against this, and this insulation would still outperform. So with the closed cell, you not only have vapor barrier, but you also have an airtight seal. So there's no drafts, there's no heat loss. Well, there is some, but it's very efficient in holding the heat in the house or the cool in the house. It also has a structural aspect to it, so this does actually help stiffen the house just slightly. But as you can see, it's a tough foam, and it doesn't take up that full cavity. So as you have wiring and whatnot, you can still run that through here in the future if you ever needed to. So we do always want to make sure that we've got all of the electrical and plumbing completely done before you put that in, because it can kind of be a bear otherwise. But then if you look at the ceiling, you can see they spray up the decking, the bottom side of the roof decking, a short distance there. And then once we get the lid on the ceiling in sheetrock, they will go back through that attic space and they'll spray the back side of the sheetrock, and then they'll also build a wall using the foam so that there's a complete, so that airspace is completely sealed. And so that provides a perfect R14 on all of these exterior walls. And like I said, it really helps with the fact that it is not only watertight, well, it's a great vapor barrier, but it also is airtight. So it's really a great insulation. And you also don't have the mess of sheetrock, or of fiberglass. So as you can see, the ceiling's not done yet. once they get that lid on there with the sheetrock, then they'll go back through the attic and they'll make sure they get all that sprayed as well. And then in this case, with this house, because we're going for ultra high efficiency, we will be spraying the interior of the basement walls. Now you can also actually use this foam on the outside of the foundation walls, and it can act as the water barrier and the insulation. And then you can use those concrete walls as your heat sink. So once that basement space gets heated up, those walls help to retain that heat. Same thing in the summertime. So it kind of is a nice ballast for heating and cooling. So as you can see here, outside you have the trench and the sewer line running out to the lagoon down in the bottom corner there. All right, so that's where we're at. I will check in with you again. I know we're going to soon be starting to move dirt over at our 3 duplexes that we'll be putting up, so I'll be showing you our progress on that most likely on Monday. And until then, hope you all have a good weekend. We'll talk to you soon.